to a core aspect of Portland's identity at Pittock Mansion, where the life of Georgiana Pittock is the focus of a new exhibit.
Now through January, you can learn how she uplifted Portland's women and children, all while recruiting master gardeners to curate a stunning flower bed in their beautiful home overlooking the city. Kohr popped over to the mansion for an inside look.
All right, that's the woman right there. That is Georgiana Pittock, one of the members of the founding family of Portland. Is a prominent fixture here at the Pittock Mansion up on the West Hills of Portland. The exhibit sort of focused on Georgiana, started in the middle of July. It will go through the first of the year. It is a storytelling of one of Portland's great first ladies, kind of, so to speak, the first lady. This is Paula Gangopadier, who's the CEO of the Pittock Mansion here. Thank you for having us up here today.
It's a pleasure.
This is a fascinating story. I love how Pittock Mansion sort of always tries to reinvent itself by pulling storylines out of various bits of history. And Georgiana Pittock was a pretty key part of that too. Tell me a little bit about that.
So Georgiana Pittock and the City of Roses is an exhibit that is showcasing one of Portland's early civic leaders. Georgiana Pittock, as all of us know, was mainly known as Henry Pittock's beloved wife, but she was much more than that. You know, we talk about social justice issues today, but she was really a champion of social justice issues even back then.
And when we talk about Georgiana Pittock, we also talk about practical philanthropy, and I want to bring you into this room and kind of set you up to talk a little bit about one of the first things that she was instrumental in getting started, the Martha Washington Hotel. Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. Georgiana was really part of the club movement. You know, she was really instrumental in starting the club movement that really focused on empowerment of women, and the Martha Washington Hotel provided, the Women's Union and the Martha Washington Hotel provided a safe place for working women, and also it would provide moral guidance. But that was just one of the things that she was involved with. Georgiana was involved with. She was also involved with many
before we leave this, though, it's now the Montgomery Residence Hall, Portland State University.
Right.
There's a cool before photo, long ago photo, and a today photo too. I love the juxtaposition of all of those.
Then and now.
And more along those lines too. You say, Paula, that Georgiana pretty instrumental in starting the first daycare.
Yes, she started the fruit and flower daycare that still exists today. And again, that was to provide opportunities for working women to leave their kids when they go to work at a safe place.
More practical philanthropy here too. Ladies Sewing Circle portrait. Now that sounds kind of sounds sexist to say, well, she was head of a sewing thing, but that was a practical skill in the 1800s that people needed to, it was an important skill,
yes,
right?
Yes, and they sold children's clothes, and it was also a way to raise funds, because you can have great ideas, but if you don't have the funds. So they did bake sales, they sewed together. They were just sort of bringing their talents and their passion together to support the causes that they were passionate about.
And Henry Pittock and Georgiana Pittock were not extravagant. As far as the Gilded Age prominent families go, they were what we would probably call today pretty down-to-earth rich people, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And that is one of the reasons Georgiana actually was not, according to the family lore, she did not want to move to the mansion, because she wanted to be close to their humble cottage at the Pittock block, and so that she could be close to the social causes and the charitable causes that she wanted to support, and the people that she worked with.
It's a cool story.
Yes.
20 seconds or so about her role in the naming of the city of Portland, the City of Roses.
Yes, and that is a legacy that's still continuing. She played an instrumental role in sort of starting the Rose Festival with, again, a tent in the backyard of her house. And she charged, a small amount for people to participate, and that still, is going on even now. Henry Pittock was involved, was one of the founding members of the Rosarian, club. We held a beautiful rose planting ceremony last week as an opening. So again, it all sort of comes together. But what's really great about her contribution is that she basically left a lasting legacy that we can feel inspired even today.
That's really cool. It's in the basement of the Pittock Mansion. There she is right there, Georgiana Pittock. You may not have seen the face or known the woman, but a lot of the things that you're living around and amongst in the city of Portland are here as a large result of the efforts of all the Pittock family and Georgiana in particular. Thank you very much. Again, this exhibit is in the basement of Pittock Mansion. If you're going out there for a view at the viewpoint to overlook the city, stop into the basement here and walk around here and read a little bit about one of Portland's first prominent women, the leader of one of Portland's most prominent families here at the Pittock Mansion in the basement. The exhibit called Georgiana Pittock and the City of Roses.
Very cool. Thanks, Kohr. Gosh, I mean, Pittock Mansion is just a beautiful spot.
It's beautiful, yeah.
Year-round, but to get to see some of the new rose beds and learn about Georgiana.
Cool spot.
All right, it's 6:43, just ahead.